By the way, I think the mayor appreciates your lineage, given that you've been elected more terms than probably any mayor.
Oh yeah,
standing,
no,
you know.
Certainly.
I mean, I don't know why you had to brag about that in front of him. No, I'm just kidding. That was 8 terms, really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So it's 14 years, 15 starting in January.
But ANC is essentially it's an unpaid position, though, isn't
It's
it?
an unpaid position, and a lot of people just do it for a term or two as most.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a neighborhood that had a great need, for leadership and for helping to come up with a vision and a direction. And once I started, I realized that I needed to see the job through. And we're still not finished. We need to build a new Shaw Middle School, among other things. We need to finish building on some city-owned parcels in the neighborhood. And we need to make sure that we maintain the commitment that we made to everyone in this neighborhood, regardless of their socioeconomic status, that this new and revitalized neighborhood was going to be for them, and they were going to be able to stay here.
Okay, so for instance, right behind here, there is a building that I don't know much about, but I get the impression that that might be sort of on the lower end of the rent scale.
Are you talking about 1337th Street?
Literally behind us.
Right. So 1337th Street was built in the 1970s as a Section 236 project, so fully affordable. The great thing about that story is that in the previous decade, when everybody was afraid that that building and other high-rises were going to be sold and turned into hotels to serve the convention center, we were able to help the tenants to select the developer that was purchasing their building using their tenants' right to purchase. And the building was renovated. It was about $18 million. No tenants had to move, and no tenants had to pay an extra dime in rent for the renovated apartments.
So you should get some good testimonials out of that place.
That's a success story.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been trying to do with all of these buildings, is to make sure that they're renovated so people can stay in the neighborhood and the neighborhoods are healthy and that no one has to worry about being pushed out.
Okay. Well, that's a contrast to some of the concerns that certain people have and some of the criticisms that you hear from people about the revitalization of the city. But you can't please everyone. I know that there's going to be some changes.
You can't, but the important thing is that it is possible to replicate what we've done here. It's not easy. It's a lot of hard work. You need to convince folks that they need to do the right thing. But if everybody works together, you can have success stories like this all over the city. There doesn't have to be the kind of displacement that people are afraid of, and which has been happening in other areas.
Okay, but it helps if you have a job, right?
It helps if you have a job.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of folks here that pay a couple of $1,000 a year in rent because that's 30% of their income.
Good.
So they're all our neighbors.
I'm glad to hear that. Well, I don't know how it is that you do this. You spend so much time involved in it. It's literally a full-time job, it seems to me. So whatever it is, your formula for success, obviously we need you. You keep doing this, right? Right into the next.
As long as my constituents continue to re-elect me, I'll continue to do it. And as long as the Lord gives me health and strength.
Yeah, well, you look pretty healthy, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to buy you a glass of wine.
Sounds like a
You
deal.
deserve one. Thanks a lot.